sharp chill crawled down my spine. My eyelids fluttered open, and I found myself sprawled across a hard floor. Overhead, sterile fluorescent lights buzzed faintly. Where am I? My eyes landed on a piece of paper sitting neatly on a desk. Termination letter? Huh? What did I even do? Beside it, a small plastic ID card caught my attention. Graduate researcher. Iris, 19 years old. Huh, cute girl. Wait, hold up. That's me. My name is Iris. And I just got fired? For what? I remember literally nothing. Before I could even begin to process the mess I just woke up to, I heard footsteps. Loud. Close. Getting closer. Panicked, I yanked open the window and made a run for it. I wandered through the crowded streets, hugging myself against the biting cold. But honestly, that was the least of my problems. No memories, no clue who I was, no idea where I belonged. Did I even have a home? Then, cutting through the chaos, a voice rang out. Iris! Hey! I whipped around. A girl about my age was full-on sprinting toward me. She seemed worried, I guessed. Before I could react, she threw herself at me, squeezing me so tight it felt like she was afraid I'd vanish. Oh my god, Iris! Where have you been? I've been looking everywhere for you! Hi? But who are you? She pulled back, blinking at me like I had just grown a second head. You're joking, right? It's me, Molly! Her relief melted into sheer panic when I just stood there shaking my head. As we walked, Molly scrolled through her phone, showing me photo after photo of us together. Dang, we actually looked super close. We finally stopped in front of a sleek, modern house. This is your place, babe? No way! I own this? Molly tapped in a code and bam, the door swung open. I just stood there shook. Told ya! I know everything about you! But when we stepped inside, she turned to me with a dead serious look. What's up? You scared me. Iris, you seriously don't remember anything? Do you remember that you... A sharp cry cut through the air. I stiffened. The sound came from the corner of the room. My eyes darted to the crib. Shh, it's okay, sweetheart. She scooped up a squirming baby, rocking him gently before turning to me. Iris, this is your son. My breath caught in my throat. My what? The baby drifted off again in Molly's arms. This can't be real. I don't remember having a kid. Molly's eyes shimmered, her lips pressing into a tight line. Carefully, she placed the baby in my arms. I stared at him, tiny, peaceful, his cheeks soft and full. Something inside me shifted. You were pregnant. Your boyfriend, well, ex-boyfriend, aka a whole walking red flag, ghosted the second he found out. You were so wrecked that your mind just shut down. I didn't think the trauma would make you forget everything. I'll try to remember, I swear. Molly made me a cup of tea before heading out. She really was a solid friend. I had no idea how I'd survive this without her. From that day on, Molly became my lifeline. Every morning, she showed up at my door, all warm smiles and good vibes. She taught me everything. How to hold a baby, how to change diapers, even how to cook. The house always smelled like fresh food. And always a steaming cup of tea in the morning. She'd place it on the table with that same soft smile. This will help clear your head. One day, right after stepping out of the shower, I suddenly felt like someone was watching me. For the first time, I saw him. Some guy lurking behind a tree. Every now and then, he'd shuffle, swat at something, like a mosquito was attacking his butt. But his eyes never left my window. At first, I told myself I was being delulu. He may just be some random passerby. But after days of seeing him sneak around outside, I finally told Molly one evening. Her reaction was full-on panic. We need to leave! ASAP! I'll figure something out! Wait, why? Molly, just tell me what's going on! It's Daniel, your ex! The walking red flag who cheated on you, left you, and now he's back to take your baby! I turned to the dark street outside, my heart pounding. My ex wanted to take my child? Iris, swear to me you won't let him near you, ever! Got it? With a sharp breath, I nodded firmly. Being a mom was not a cute aesthetic. Some nights the baby wouldn't stop crying no matter what. Rocking, bouncing, pacing around the room, nothing worked. My arms felt like noodles, my head was pounding, and my hatred for Daniel, the trash ex, settled in my brain like a slow-acting poison. I fumbled with diapers, spilled formula everywhere, and even dozed off while feeding the baby. And every now and then my mind drifted to flashes of long, white hallways. The sound of footsteps, the crisp white coats. I had an ID badge clipped to me, blending in with them. A steaming cup of tea sat on a desk. Iris! Hey! Oh, girl, you're a mess. She had already put the baby to sleep before waking me up. Without skipping a beat, she handed me a fresh cup of hot tea. I'll start coming over more. You look wiped out. The next day, we decided to take the baby out for a walk. We were chatting away as we strolled down the street. Losing my memory made me feel like I had just moved to a new city. Everything felt unfamiliar. I slowed down in front of a clothing store. My eyes locked on a dress in the display window. I tried to picture myself wearing it. Then, I caught a glimpse of him across the street. Daniel. I barely had time to call out to Molly before he lunged forward.
Iris, wait!
I bolted into the nearest alley, weaving through stacks of cardboard boxes, almost face-planting into a trash can. My eyes darted to a sidewalk thrift stand, piles of old clothes stacked high. Without a second thought, I buried myself under the mess and stood still like a discount mannequin as Daniel walked past.
Rat!
Ah! No thoughts, just pure survival mode. I yeeted myself onto the nearest bus just as it was pulling away. As we drove off, I spotted Daniel standing frozen on the sidewalk. My body collapsed into the seat, my breath still shaky. He got way too close this time. That night, the baby spiked a high fever. I only had time to text Molly before rushing him to the hospital myself. As they took him into the room, I was left outside with a nurse. How old is he? My face burned with shame. I had no clue.
What about his birth date?
I don't remember.
Are you really this baby's mother?
I had an accident. I lost my memories. Before I could explain further, Molly barreled down the hallway, nearly knocking me over as she wedged herself into the conversation. Where is he? Is he okay?
We need some information about the baby.
I know everything. Let me handle it. With that, she rushed off with the nurse, leaving me alone in the whitewashed hallway. She was worried about the baby. Too worried. Almost like she was the real mother. The next morning, I stopped by a bookstore near the hospital, hoping to find something to pass the time. As I traced my fingers along the book spines, a warm hand suddenly grabbed my wrist.
Iris, please, just hear me out.
Daniel, back off, or I start screaming.
Why are you running from me? I'm your boyfriend.
Boyfriend? You dipped the second you found out I was pregnant, and now you want to steal my kid? Daniel froze like he'd just seen an alien in Area 51. If he started begging for forgiveness now, I'd break his nose. But what he said next knocked the air out of my lungs.
Iris, you were never pregnant. What are you even talking about?
His words echoed in my head the whole way back from the hospital. Even though the baby was fine, I felt like I was unraveling. Drink up. Don't stress. I'll take care of everything. I stared at the steaming cup of tea she set on the table. Was she hiding something? That time, I hadn't drunk her tea. The first thing I did the next morning was send out a DNA test. I needed real answers. Later that day, Molly came over, busying herself in the kitchen. I crept closer, peeking inside just as she prepared my usual tea. But then, I saw it. She slipped something from her bag into the cup. I backed away before she noticed me. My stomach churned. I wasn't safe. When Molly handed me the tea, she smiled as I pretended to take a sip. The moment she left, I poured the entire cup into a potted plant by the window. Weeks passed since I stopped drinking the tea. The DNA results still hadn't come. I kept up appearances just like Molly did. Then, one night, I woke up in a sterile white lab. Molly was standing beside me, but she wasn't calm. She was terrified. I don't know what to do, Iris. I'm scared. Breathe. Just tell me. I'm pregnant. Oh my... Molly, it's okay. I'll do everything I can to help you. Anything? You promise? And then I woke up, and I knew it wasn't a dream. It was a memory. Molly and I worked at the same research institute. She got pregnant, and now I was paying for her secret. The second everything clicked, I saw red. I stormed into the baby's room, shoving the door open. Tell me the truth. The baby? He's not mine, is he? Iris, what are you talking about? Of course he's yours. You just forgot. I stopped drinking your tea, Molly, and I've never been clearer. Right at that moment, her face twisted. Fine! You want to know the truth? I had everything, Iris. A bright future at the lab, a career. So why drag me into it? Because I hated you! Your perfect little wife? Smart, beautiful, the ideal boyfriend? No, you didn't deserve it. I needed you to be the mother so I could be free. I trusted you, Molly, and you ruined everything! Get out of my house, now! But Molly yanked my arm and bolted for the door. She locked it from the outside. You're not ruining this! Molly! Her footsteps faded into the distance. Then bam! A loud crash outside.
Iris, I'm here! I'm getting you out!
I barely had time to react before the lock clicked open. Daniel. I threw myself into his arms. I had texted him before confronting Molly just in case. Thank God I did. Then the sirens came fast. Police escorted Molly away, her head down, refusing to look at me. The courtroom felt heavy. I stood before the court trying to lessen her sentence as much as I could. She's a dangerous friend, but she's the best mother I've ever known. Molly finally looked at me then, tears streaming down her face. I didn't hate her, but I knew I could never trust her again. Life slowly returned to normal after my memory loss. 5 years passed. Daniel and I sat on a park bench watching Devlin run across the grass, his name meaning bravery, a choice we made when we officially adopted him. Now he was ours, in every way that mattered. One morning, as I sipped my coffee, a letter arrived from the Research Institute.
That is a letter of recognition from the lab for your work on memory restoration research.
Things are getting better, aren't they?
They always will, as long as we have each other.
I was packing up my books into my backpack, still feeling a little jittery about my first day at school as a 17-year-old. Out of nowhere, I heard this super loud wail and I dropped my book in surprise.
Mommy, it's ripped!
Little Mateo was standing there, holding up his favorite superhero cape which now had a huge tear. I walked over, wiping a tear off his cheek. Don't worry, buddy, we'll fix it. I grabbed some red fabric from the closet and in just a few minutes, I'd made a shiny new cape and wrapped it around Mateo's shoulders. No matter what happens, we always figure it out.
Wow, that's so cool!
Oh my gosh, we gotta go! We're gonna be late for school! Mateo wasn't just my son, he was my best little buddy. He always reminded me that even though I was a teen mom juggling school and being a mom, we made the perfect team. Struggling with Mateo's backpack, a pile of books, and a bag of groceries for dinner, I kicked the door open with my foot. My little guy came running from behind.
Let me help, Mom.
He helped carry the groceries into the kitchen. After his snack, Mateo climbed into my lap and snuggled against my shoulder.
Mommy, you're the bestest ever.
You too, buddy. I knew I'd do anything for my little guy. One evening after my part-time shift, I rushed onto the subway excited to get home to Mateo. As the train swayed, I lost my balance and my bracelet slipped off, falling to the floor. It was super special. It used to belong to my late sister. I panicked, scrambling to find it, when someone grabbed my hand.
Here you go.
A tall, handsome guy with a sunshine smile handed it back to me, and I stammered out a thank you. We started talking, and I found out his name was Liam. He was funny, warm, and charming. And guess what? We went to the same school.
So, you're new at school, huh? I could show you around sometime. Or, I could take the subway more often, just to see you.
You're kind of relentless, aren't you?
I just needed a reason. And now I've got one.
I guess we'll be seeing each other then.
Trust me, you will.
I ran off as the train stopped. I was worried about starting anything romantic, especially because of Mateo. What if Liam freaked out? But over the next few days, I kept running into Liam at school. He'd track me down between classes or invite me to lunch. I couldn't believe how persistent he was, but it wasn't annoying. It was actually kind of sweet. One afternoon, while we were sharing a milkshake, Liam suddenly said,
I really like you, Rose. Would you be my girlfriend?
My heart skipped a beat, and I felt that mix of excitement and nerves. Everything was gonna be okay, right? I like you too, Liam. I decided it wasn't time to tell him about Mateo yet, but then, one afternoon, everything fell apart. I opened the door and there was Liam, standing there with a big smile and a bouquet of flowers.
Surprise, princess!
Surprise? Oh, you bet! Mateo was sitting right there in the living room.
Mommy, our favorite cartoon's about to start!
I froze, my stomach twisting as Liam's eyes went wide. The shock on his face told me he was about to bolt. I mean, who wouldn't freak out, finding out his girlfriend has a kid? Liam, I think we need to talk. But to my surprise, he knelt down, his expression softening as he smiled at Mateo.
Hey there, little man. That's an awesome outfit. Did mommy buy that for you?
Mateo nodded enthusiastically, clearly thrilled with Liam's attention.
You should have told me, Rose. But I'm glad I know now.
I let out a breath I didn't even realize I'd been holding, my eyes stinging with tears of relief. He accepted me, and my son. From that day on, Liam started coming over more often, bringing little gifts for Mateo or joining us at the park on weekends. One day, Liam invited me and Mateo over to his house to meet his mom. I was so nervous. but it meant he was serious about our relationship. I dressed Mateo in his best outfit, but as we stepped out of the car, I couldn't help feeling like we didn't quite belong. Liam never mentioned he lived in such a freaking mansion. I could tell his mom wasn't exactly thrilled to see us. Dinner was awkward, except for Mateo, who was absolutely stoked about the food.
I've never had anything this yummy before.
Mateo, being the little whirlwind he is, flung his arm into the servant and knocked the food all over the floor. Yep, worst day ever. A few days later, I went to pick Mateo up from preschool, but he wasn't there. Panic took over as I frantically searched every corner of the playground, even calling Liam in a frenzy. Just as I was about to call the police, I heard a familiar voice from behind.
Mom, I'm right here.
I hugged him so tight, spinning him around to check if he wasn't hurt.
The boy is fine. He was with me.
A man stepped forward, holding bags filled with toys and snacks.
Hello, I'm Edward, Mateo's biological father.
His words hit me like a lightning bolt. Of course I knew him. What a lowlife. I took a few steps back, and Liam had to catch me before I collapsed.
I've been away, but now I'm back, and I'm going to court to get custody of my son.
I was speechless, watching him walk away as my world spun, weighed down by the shock of his sudden return. Worse yet, after that day, Mateo wasn't the same. He became quiet, distant, no longer the bright, playful boy I knew. Had that horrible man told Mateo everything? The worry was eating me alive, but Liam was my rock through it all. He was gentle, calm, even though I knew he had a million questions on his mind.
If you ever need to talk, I'm always here.
But the sadness in my throat wouldn't let me speak. One afternoon, I caught Mateo doodling on the wall with crayons. I was already on edge, and in my frustration, I yelled at him. His face scrunched up and then he burst into tears.
You're not even my real mom.
My heart shattered. So Edward had told him everything. I collapsed into Liam's arms, sobbing. He's my sister Maria's son. She died right after giving birth to him. When Maria found out she was pregnant, Edward left her. He abandoned her to face everything alone. After Maria passed, I couldn't let Mateo end up in an orphanage, so I took him in. I lied to the world saying I was his mom, because I knew how much it would hurt him to grow up without one.
I didn't know that. I'm so sorry. You've done more for Mateo than Edward ever has.
But now he's back, trying to take Mateo away as if none of that ever happened.
We'll get through this together. I promise.
My phone buzzed. It was a text from Edward. He had already filed the papers in court. I knew my time was running out. That weekend, we packed up the car and drove out to the countryside where Edward used to live. It was a quiet farm on the outskirts of the city, totally different from the luxury he flaunted now. On the way there, our car broke down in the middle of the road. Liam had to crawl under the car to fix it, while Mateo and I ran around trying to help. I couldn't help but laugh as my little boy tried to act all handy. You've got dirt on your face, buddy.
I can do it myself.
A few hours later, Liam finally crawled out from under the car, laughing it off. I knew we'd have to walk the rest of the way. As the sun started to set, Liam carried a sleepy Mateo on his back. His little cheeks were flushed, and I wished time could just stop. Life felt so peaceful and perfect at that moment. The next day, we talked to some of the locals who knew Edward. Turns out he had a long rap sheet, always in trouble, in and out of jail. With all the information we gathered from the police, I felt more confident about fighting for custody of Mateo. Back in town, I rushed to meet with my lawyer to file all the paperwork. As I was leaving the lawyer's office, I spotted a woman in the back seat of a sleek car driving by. It was none other than Liam's mom. I still hadn't gotten over that awkward dinner. I was about to walk the other way when I saw Edward driving behind her. They both parked at a nearby cafe, got out at the same time, and sat down at the same table. Wait, did they know each other? Smelling something fishy, I took a deep breath and walked into the cafe, choosing a spot close enough to hear the entire conversation.
You need to take that boy away. No more questions. I've already given you enough money to live comfortably for several lifetimes.
You didn't need to go so hard on Rose. You know she's not even the real mother of that kid.
Watch your mouth. Liam doesn't need this burden. He's not responsible for raising a stranger's child. And my future grandchild doesn't need any competition for the inheritance. As for the lawsuit, I've hired the best lawyer in the city for you. Don't worry.
I hadn't even realized I'd been crushing the menu in my hands. Anger boiled inside me like never before. How could Liam's mom do this? Was this her deal? If I stayed away from her son, I could keep Mateo? When Liam called me that night, I hesitated. I loved him, but I had to face the fact that his mother was plotting against us. I didn't pick up. I had to stay focused on tomorrow's court hearing. The courtroom was tense as the hearing dragged on. Everything seemed to be in Edward's favor. His lawyer painted this glowing picture of a father ready to turn his life around for his son. Liam, though I hadn't returned his calls, had come early, sitting quietly at the back of the room.
I'm the biological father, and that's what matters most.
That declaration felt like the final blow, and it let my hands fall in defeat. But just as the judge was about to give the verdict, a soft sob echoed through the room. Everyone turned to see Mateo, tears streaming down his face as he stood up, clutching his stuffed dinosaur.
I want to stay with Mommy Rose!
The entire room fell silent, hanging on the words of a 4-year-old.
She's my mom. She takes care of me when I'm sick. She makes me dinosaur-shaped pancakes. She reads me stories before bed and watches my favorite cartoons with me. Even when she's busy with school, she always listens to me. I love Mommy Rose, and she loves me.
Mateo walked over and took my hand, then turned to face Edward.
I don't want to go with you. You're not my family. I hate you for making Mommy Rose cry. I'm only happy when I'm with Mommy Rose and Uncle Liam.
I fought back my tears, hugging my little boy. Mateo's plea had moved everyone in the room. Even the best lawyer in the city closed his files and smiled at me. In that moment, I knew we had won something far more important. In the end, the judge ruled in my favor, allowing me to keep custody of Mateo. We left the courtroom overjoyed, but a voice stopped us in our tracks.
I came back for the money. It's shameful that I did it without knowing what's best for Mateo. Please, allow me, will you?
I gently nudged Mateo forward, and Edward stepped up to hug him.
But after seeing him today, I know nothing can come between the two of you. Mateo deserves love and a real home. You've given him that, Rose, and I can't take it away.
Then he stood up and extended his hand toward me.
I'll go, but I want to make things right. I'll come visit Mateo on special occasions, if you're okay with that. I want to be better for this little hero.
The next day, Liam came over and told me that his mom had invited us to her house. Despite my reservations, I agreed. She greeted us at the gate of the mansion, her face no longer as harsh as it had been the first time. As soon as Mateo saw her, he ran right up.
Grandma, you shouldn't wear high heels too much. They'll hurt your feet. Want me to massage your feet?
What a clever little boy.
My mom heard about the court case. I also talked to her, and I want to apologize to you.
It's okay. I get it. I'm a mom too, and we just want the best for our kids. I'm glad she understands now.
Shall we go inside now?
I smiled, placing my hand in his, and we walked together down the path into the mansion. I never thought I'd live to see the day my own father handcuffed my boyfriend, and my mom's the judge sentencing him.
The defendant Harvey Frank is guilty of organizing and participating in illegal street racing. The court sentences you to 10 years in prison.
No! Stella! I'm innocent! I swear, I didn't do it!
No, you can't go! Dad, Mom, you can't do this to him because I'm pregnant. Everyone was floored by what I just said. My dad's face went pale.
What?
My mom couldn't handle the shock. She fainted right there in the courtroom. The scene was absolute chaos, and I kept pulling Harvey's arm, refusing to let them take him away. No! You can't take him! But, oh my gosh, it was all just a dream. The scariest part is, I'm pretty sure it's about to come true. Hey everyone, I'm Stella. I'm 17, and you won't believe the wildest story I'm about to share with you. I grew up in the perfect family. My dad's a respected cop and my mom's a strict but fair judge. Thanks to their reputation, I got a lot of perks at school. Teachers loved me, and being a student council president and head cheerleader was kind of a given. Giselle, who's honestly a better cheerleader than me, couldn't stand it. She was always throwing shade and bad-mouthing me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've got a bit of an ego, and her constant digs made my blood boil. Everything went downhill a few months ago. I was leading the squad and Giselle messed up a move, causing the whole pyramid to collapse. She snapped at me. Ugh, check yourself. This is all on you and your terrible leadership. We went back and forth before things escalated into a full-blown fight. The rest of the team had to pull us apart. Without your parents, you're nothing. Stop bringing my parents into this. Fine, then prove it. Flirt with that new guy. Someone who doesn't know who your parents are. What a joke! Like I'd ever take that seriously. I was about to brush her off, but she kept going. Oh, what's the matter? Afraid that without your precious family name, you're just not good enough to get him? Okay, that was it. There was no way I was backing down now. Without hesitation, I accepted Giselle's stupid dare. And just like that, my fate was sealed with a new bad boy in town, Harvey. Harvey was tall, dark, and handsome with a brooding edge. He always rocked a leather jacket and had this rugged, rebellious look like he'd walk straight out of a teen drama. I figured we wouldn't even have anything to say to each other, but within 2 weeks of texting back and forth, I realized Harvey was funny, sweet, and kind of charming. Then he asked me out to a movie. And man, was I surprised by how different he was in person.
You dropped your popcorn, clumsy. Careful, you're gonna trip on your shoelace if you don't fix it. Stella, watch out!
I was so busy staring at him that I almost walked into traffic. Harvey pulled me close, flashing that warm, gorgeous smile. Our hearts were pounding in sync. This was it. Not only was I falling for him, but I was also about to make Giselle eat her words. After that, we hung out all the time. And yeah, sometimes I stayed out later than usual after school because we were having too much fun together. But of course, that didn't go unnoticed by my cop dad.
You've been coming home pretty late these days.
I've just been staying after school to study. I'm not a kid anymore, Dad.
There's a lot of danger out there. You need to be more careful.
I know, Dad. I know. Ugh, he was always so protective. If he found out I had a boyfriend, especially one who looked like a straight-up bad boy, there's no way he'd let me keep living my life as I was. I was falling hard for Harvey. I mean, it started as a silly dare, but now it was real. All that was missing was Harvey officially asking me to be his girlfriend. And we'd be the hottest couple in school. One day, I overheard Giselle talking to someone in class. She sounded pissed. Apparently, Harvey had big plans to ask me out at his place. Oh my gosh, my heart almost jumped out of my chest. I acted like I didn't know anything when Harvey invited me over to his house. That night, the room was all set up. Harvey stood there, holding a bouquet of red roses, and the table was set with candles and wine that he'd prepped himself.
Will you be my girlfriend?
Without hesitation, I said yes and threw my arms around him. We kissed and, well, things escalated, and it turned into a pretty romantic night. Everything happened so fast that it almost felt like a dream. 3 days later, Harvey found me at school and pulled me aside to talk. What if I'm...
Not yet, okay? We're still in school. You get what I mean, right?
But...
It's gonna be fine. No matter what, I'm here for you. You're the one I love the most.
Wow, he was responsible, sweet, and caring. It seemed like everything was falling into place. Until I realized I was late. Like 2 weeks late. I locked myself in the bathroom, freaking out. All the signs pointed to one thing. I might be pregnant. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? My parents are gonna kill me! The first person I thought of was Harvey. I rushed over to his house, desperate to tell him everything. But as I ran up to him, some big guy tackled him to the ground.
I'm with the FBI. You're under investigation for illegal street racing. You're coming with us.
That voice, it was my dad. My dad was arresting my future husband. Illegal street racing? How did everything get so messed up? There wasn't much time to sit and wonder. I had to come up with an excuse to go to my dad's station and find out the truth behind Harvey's arrest. Hey, Dad asked me to pick up some documents. Right away, I spotted Harvey sitting there, handcuffed, looking helpless. He kept pleading with the officers.
I didn't know anything. I'm not involved in this.
I couldn't believe Harvey was guilty. There had to be some mix-up. Just when my family was already tangled in a mess. Harvey looked so broken when he saw me. I slipped an old phone into his pocket so we could stay in touch. That's how I found out someone else had used Harvey's ID to get into the racing ring. I also told him I was pregnant.
You've got to help me out of here. I can't leave you and our baby.
What am I supposed to do?
You could destroy the evidence your dad has on me. That's the only way to get me out. Then I'll come back to you.
I thought about it all night. Should I destroy the case files? I mean, think about it. My baby can't have a father in prison. And Harvey? He's a good guy. If he says there's a mistake, then there has to be. So I started looking for ways to get into my dad's office and find the evidence. One night, I even brought him dinner.
Wow, you brought dinner to the station tonight?
Yeah, didn't want you to be hungry all alone. We ate together, but I kept eyeing his desk, wondering where those files could be. Just as I planned, my dad started feeling sick to his stomach.
Keep an eye on things, okay?
While he was gone, I shut off the power to his office and quickly searched his desk, rummaging through drawers. But I couldn't find the files anywhere. Panicked, I restored the power and returned to my seat before Dad noticed anything. That first attempt was a failure, and honestly, I was scared out of my mind. I texted Harvey, crying, "I'm so scared. I don't even know if this is the right thing to do anymore."
You're doing the right thing. If you don't, how am I supposed to come back to you and the baby? I'm innocent, Stella.
I just prayed this wouldn't destroy my family. I decided to try again. I went back to the station during one of my dad's shifts. This time when he stepped out, I found the files hidden in a corner cabinet. I quickly grabbed the evidence and called Harvey. "Harvey, I've got the files. What do I do now?"
Destroy them!
Burn them? If the truth is on Harvey's side, the evidence wouldn't matter, right? I just planned to take the files and convince Dad to reinvestigate. But if I got caught destroying them, oh man, I'd be in so much trouble. I didn't know what to do.
You have to destroy them. Do it now!
Under Harvey's pressure, I decided to destroy all the files. A few days later, I heard that the police didn't have enough evidence, so they had to release Harvey. Yes, now I could talk to him about the baby. I waited for him outside the police station, and when I saw him, I ran to hug him. But his reaction was strange. On the drive home, I couldn't stop thinking about our plans for the baby, but Harvey seemed totally uninterested. Then, he pulled over in a deserted area and shoved me out of the car.
Listen, there is no baby, okay? I'm not playing daddy this early in life.
How could he say that? I'd done everything for him, all because I loved him and for our baby. Why?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Giselle hired me to humiliate you. But hey, turns out being the cop's daughter helped me beat the street racing charge. Thanks for that.
He laughed and tossed some cash at me.
Here, you wouldn't want to show up at school all humiliated, right? Take this and fix your mess.
I was stunned. I collapsed right there. I couldn't believe I'd trusted the wrong person. I'd let things spiral out of control because of a stupid dare. Now what? How could I fix this? I wanted to confess everything. I regretted everything I'd done. When I got home, still wiping away tears, I saw my dad packing up his office. He looked so disappointed, and I realized the truth. My dad had been suspended for losing evidence during the investigation. Why was everything falling apart around me? How was I going to get through this? There was only one option left. I had to fix this on my own. I grabbed all the cash I had and left a note for my parents. "I'm sorry, Dad. I'm the one who destroyed the evidence. It's all my fault you lost your job. I can't face you both right now. I hope you live well." I went to the hospital, but when I stood outside the door, I froze. Was this really the right thing to do? I hesitated until I saw a mother leaving with her newborn, looking so happy. "No, Stella, you can't do this!" I couldn't do it. I was so scared. I had never faced something this huge on my own before. I wish I could turn back time. I definitely wouldn't have made such embarrassing choices if I could. Suddenly, a sharp pain hit me, and I rushed to the bathroom to deal with it. 10 minutes later, I walked out, and guess what? A miracle happened. I wasn't pregnant. Turns out I had been so stressed that it messed up my hormones. After being a month late, my cycle was finally back to normal. You have no idea how relieved I was. How could I have been so clueless not to even take a pregnancy test? I couldn't believe my luck, and after breathing a huge sigh of relief, I knew what I had to do. I was going to make those who wronged me pay. Without wasting time, I went back home and gathered all the courage I could to confess everything to my parents. "Mom, Dad, it was me. I'm the one who stole the case files and burned them." Then I told them everything. About Giselle's stupid dare, about Harvey. My parents' jaws practically hit the floor. I admitted how foolish I had been, how recklessly I had handled everything. I'm going to turn myself in. I want to take responsibility for what I did. At first, my parents were hesitant about my decision, but after I convinced them, they finally agreed. Once again, I faced the lying Harvey at the police station, but this time, I wasn't going to let him manipulate me.
You know I'm innocent. How could you send the father of your child to jail?
Too bad for you, I'm not pregnant. There's nothing tying us together. You're just scum and I'm done with you. You should have seen his face. He turned pale as a ghost. After that, I came clean and reported everything I had done. The messages between us were clear evidence, and Harvey had no way out. Thanks to my parents being there for me during the trial, I felt stronger and more confident. In the end, I was able to put Harvey behind bars. I got 6 months of detention and a 2-year probation sentence. My absence from school meant Giselle got to take over as cheer captain. But honestly, I didn't care anymore. Let her toxic personality ruin her life on its own. Right now, I'm doing fine. My parents visit me often, and I'm sure I'll be back as soon as I can. A better, calmer, and more mature version of myself.